Yo, let me double check my mic so I don't do what I did last night. All right, yeah, it's on. But yeah, what's up? Gonna play more of this. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it. I don't think I'm that far away from the end. Well, I know I'm not, but like time-wise, I'm hoping I'm not like super far away. I'm definitely gonna stop at 1 o'clock either way. Hopefully 2 hours is enough to finish this. I think it should be. Alright, I'm ready to go. Okay, oh yeah, that's right, I was in the morgue. Morgue. Why do they spell it like that? I don't know. Just play the damn thing.
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help!
Like, there's always these giant cockroaches walking around and stuff.
3 days now. This is ridiculous. Why doesn't someone enter this room? Hey! Anybody! Am I all alone here? Help! Help! I'm so tired. If I sleep, I'll wake from this nightmare. If not, I pray my Heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
Fuck. Ah, gross.
I hear you breathing, Daniel. Do you hear me? Have you changed your mind?
Talking to me. Fear for Daniel, for he is reckless. He is tainted by the approaching shadow and will not be able to pass the gate. Will he be able to accept this in the end? My love, I've seen evil in him. How am I to trust him with the truth? What cruel irony that I have to do unto him what Agrippa did unto me. Huh. Okay, vaccine trials. The vaccine enabling my men to work in the fungi-ridden sewers is a definite success. Unfortunately, only a few of the servants have been remedied as the procedure proved difficult. The others will perish, and eventually I will have to create more of them to keep my experiments running. Note that an injection of vaccinated blood will work as a shield long enough to pass the sewers without any risk of infection. It will do fine for prisoner transport. Jeez, more dead bodies. looks like there's nothing of importance in there. Shit. Doesn't look like there's anything in here either, so where am I supposed to go? Here's a map. Plague outbreak. The strained deaths among the servants and the prisoners have finally been resolved. It seems that the drain sewer, which has recently been opened up for use as a means of transport, is plagued by a peculiar poisonous fungi. The victims seem to have suffered an extremely quick outbreak of sickness affecting the entire body. Some of my men, including myself, are blissfully spared by this calamity, but it is clear that this cripples my progress. The prisoners die quickly, and their contaminated vitae lacks the energy I seek. I shall immediately start working on a vaccine. Okay. But the thing is I need the vaccine too. Just don't know where to find it. I believe I've gone in every room down here. Not found jack shit. Yeah, see, that's the way out back to the entrance. This over here is a dead end. I'm not sure what I'm missing. The body is still sick from rigor mortis, and it can't be older than a day. Okay. Pretzels and onions. Weird combo. What's it with the horror games and showing penises? Annoying. I've searched every room. There's nothing here. What do I have with me? Oh, I do have glass jar in copper tube. Maybe need to use that. Copper tube on that body. Yeah, that's gotta be it.
The shadow. It's close now.
Alright. Cannot penetrate the skull. Well, this drill can, right? Do I use the pot? Oh, not thin enough to penetrate the skin. Here we go. Wait. Did you just stab himself and inject this guy's blood? Dude. How does he even know that that guy has the vaccine in him? What the? Oh shit! Shit, I'm running. And I ran so far away. I don't even remember draining the water that was down here, but I guess I did. Alright. Henry Bedloe went to class carrying the anger of his bitter mother. He never cried. He made others cry instead. Pain is like that. You either become sad or angry. Oh, those things. Oh, fungus. Yeah, that's right. Poisonous fungus down here, but I just got a vaccine by poking a copper tube, well, drilling into some dude's head, then putting a copper tube and a needle and injecting the dude's blood into me, and somehow that's a vaccine. Oh. How did I get stuck in here? There we go. Wait. I think I did the wrong thing. I think that this is probably controlling the thing that I saw when I came in. So I want it to be slow so I can get through it, basically. Oh, great. I've seen them.
What's happening? What are you doing? Let me go! Please, don't take me! Nobody ever returns!
Fucking dead end. Oh, I get it. I'm gonna use that the pipe on that thing over there.
Daniel, turn around this instant. You are carrying the shadow with you.
Why is there a dead end here? What the fuck? Was I supposed to do something down here and like is that end here? Well, I do think it usually tells you what you're supposed to do in mementos. Non-available, that figures. Uh-oh. Oh shit, it saw me. It definitely saw me. It's not busting the door down though, I'm surprised. Oh, yes. Why isn't... Oh, he's leaving. Good.
of August 1839. I can't stop sweating and shaking. The warding ritual was not something of a sane mind. I did not even realize the dungeon was still in use. Alexander had his servants bring one of the prisoners, a murderer, he told me. Alexander made all the arrangements, but he said I had to perform the ritual in order to have the right effect. The shadow could be led astray by the blood of another. Killing the man would provide us precious time. What else could I do? Alexander said it had to be done. He is saving my life. I don't have the luxury of argument.
Agrippa, I need you to stay awake. Can you feel the syringe?
No, I can't feel anything. Alexander?
Yes.
Soon, I won't even be able to move, will I?
Your life is safe.
I don't doubt that. But will it be worth living?
The hell? Like a torture room or something.
Help me. Who's the switch? Help me. Thank you. You have my gratitude. My name is Agrippa. Who might you be? Daniel? Like the prophet thrown into the lion's den? Tell me, are you among the lions, Daniel? You want to stop Alexander? Oh my, so Babylon shall fall, you say? You worry too much. Alexander is toothless without an arm. He has one. That's not very promising at all. The sanctum is basically impenetrable. But guess why not? It could be breached by another. But Alexander broke his, my arm, a long time ago. Really? Well, if you tell the truth, by all means, seek out the pieces of the broken arm and mend away. I believe he uses them for torture now. They practically leak matter, which is quite useful, I understand. There should be 6 of them. Look around the choir and the transept.
I did.
You should be able to find them there.
Okay, so I gotta go find some shit again. The orb is needed to. Torture rooms. 2 levers on the top floor are not working. It is probably. Okay, so I gotta fix the machinery.
I hate to bother you further, but if you're really going after Alexander, would you consider taking me with you? I know it sounds ridiculous. Look at me.
Well, who else would I be talking to? And there's no way you can't hear me. The volume is up
But
highly.
if you find anything concerning a man named Johann Heim, would you please bring it to me? I believe he was working on a way to help me. A recipe for some sort of potion. A tonic to free me from this husk of mine. What lever? Oh, that one. So many of Alexander's things are breaking down. Look around. Maybe the other room. There are machine parts hidden all over this place. You'll find a way to fix it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fantastic for you or for him? We already went in that room. Chicken leg? What? Kind of strange. What do I need to...
I know this. I've been here already. I know this taste. The taste of Damascus rose obfuscating the truth in a dim haze. They may sweep the traces from my memory, but my body remembers. These cuts speak volumes, even though my mind remains silent. They will be back. They will be back.
Nothing in this room either. Yeah, well, my older brother thought I was dumb too until I started kicking his ass when we would do these, like, we had these, like, cards that would, like, quiz us on certain, like, trivia, like, with math and all kinds of different stuff, and I started kicking his ass, and even though he's 4 years older than me, especially with math. He was always better at history, though, but, I mean, naturally, because, you know, he's older. Older people would know more about history. And science, too. Even at a young age, I knew more about science than he did. Science has always been my favorite subject, as far as, like, the basic ones, but he was always way better at English and history.
Just like Regent's Park.
Which are, like, my two least favorite subjects. What the hell place is this? Weird ass looking place.
It's like Orpheus descending into the underworld.
Are you hiding something?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Your intuition
straight ahead.
is remarkable.
I'm not sure I'm following.
It doesn't matter. It's just a myth after all.
It disappeared. What the fuck is that? I bet that will kill me if I walk through it. Guaranteed. That was weird looking. I just don't like English, that's all. Like, I have good grammar and I used to be excellent at spelling. I don't know what happened, but I'm not as good at it anymore. But yeah, no, like science is hella interesting to me. And math is just like, other than like algebra and calculus, it's easy.
12th of August, 1839. Banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy. What can make a man fall so far from the grace of a civilized existence? They are all wicked men, and I remind myself of it constantly. Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation. I try to study the different tools in the torture chamber and learn how to use them effectively. Last time was messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience. When the next warding is to be performed, I shall be ready.
Cool. And science is cool. I used to always watch the History Channel, like all the time, not for history, but for science. 'Cause they do science shows. Also, that dude, what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson, the astrophysicist. Well, like, there's a bunch of awesome astrophysicists. And yeah, no, I like all that shit. I actually have a friend who's a physicist. Fucking super smart. He's a little crazy too, or at least he used to be. Like, he did something when he was younger that was definitely crazy, but over the years, I don't know, because he kind of calmed down. But yeah, no, he's like a brilliant dude, and he knows all this shit about conspiracies and like, actually, he has a pretty huge YouTube channel. Like, he has like 80,000 subscribers, and it's like I just stumbled onto his channel one day. Like, I knew he made videos. I didn't know that his channel exploded the way it did. But yeah, he has 80,000 subscribers. And he does videos on like physics and even like alien scientist. He even does like shit on like alien technology, like Earth theorizes it and shit. And like I've been talking to him about that stuff for years, and like he put it together into videos and that, like, over the past couple of years, like, shit. Now I haven't talked to him like in a while, but he has like a kid now and stuff. But I used to jam with him in a band because he plays guitar and shit. But yeah, no, I used to hang out with him all the time for a couple of years. But alright, so let me read this fucking note. The shattered orb. All is lost. I must once again start over. Ever since I recovered the orb first found by Agrippa, I have depended on it for my research. The incident with Wilhelm made me most impetuous. Fearing a paucity of prisoners, I proceeded with the final ritual without proper foresight. The orb cracked and fell into 6 parts. I have tried everything, but have yet to mend the thing. Unless I can think of a way to piece it together, I will have to find another. There is still life in the pieces, and even if the orb isn't restored, I might be able to salvage some of its power for some other purpose. Centuries have passed in vain, and I begin to wonder if I will ever be able to see my love again. How much longer can I sustain my life? Oh, that's interesting. Huh. A psychologist? Or a psychiatrist? What the... That looks like some sort of altar or something. Looks like I'm missing something that I need. You do? How do you know 4 languages? Let me see. What do I have to do? Pedestal in the chancel has a depression in it that could fit an orb. Okay, yeah, I know about that. River, the dying man seeks a note written by a man named Johann Ware. Orb is needed to enter the inner sanctum. Its shattered pieces lie scattered in the torture rooms. Alright, so it looks like there's a bunch of stuff I have to do. A lie. You didn't send a letter to Alexander. Alexander sent one to him. Okay, I think I already checked. Alright, I gotta go. I have to go back to the other room. Fuck. Oh no, not you letters. I'm talking about the game. Oh yeah, because I said Alexander. Haha, that's funny. No, the guy who was just like that voice that came on the game is a guy named Alexander that I'm trying to find, and he said something about you sent me a letter to get help from you know, because you needed help, and this is how you repay me. But that's not true. The beginning of the game, it says that Daniel, who's me, I'm playing as, got a letter from Alexander saying that I know, come to Brandenburg Castle if you want help or whatever. And so, so he didn't send a letter to get help. He got a letter sent to him, and just like, so there's something else going on here. There are conflicting stories here between what Daniel and what Alexander are saying. Plus, your name's not Alexander, isn't it? Alexandru?
These cells are meant to hold prisoners who are under treatment.
Oh.
The people you send for will end up here. Remember that the confinement itself works as a preamble to the torture, and you should pace yourself. Don't take anyone before they are ready.
Understood.
Sounds from the torture chambers are shuttled in through those pipes in the ceiling. Manage your victims well, and let one prisoner's pain instill terror in his cellmate.
Shit, I really don't know what to do at the moment.
Me? I'm Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa. I was once quite important to you. Baron Alexander has sustained my soul in this dead husk for years. Who knows how many? Hundreds, I presume.
That like get lodged in his head or something, and then like move into his brain. Is that how it killed him? I checked every one of these rooms, right? That doesn't make sense. A book from 20 years ago. That's like, yeah, you're not making sense. You got a lot of nerve calling me stupid. Okay. Maybe I am stupid because I'm losing patience and trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe I'll just cheat and look it up on Google. do you mean the tree exerted pressure? Hold on, I'm gonna go look something up on Google, just so I can continue this game, because I'm really not feeling like searching all over the place to find out what to do next. Damn, I found this like walkthrough. It's like so long. Some people like yeah. Son of a bitch. This, yeah, I'm trying looking up a guy and it's too complicated. It'll take me forever to read through it and figure out what I'm actually supposed to do. No, Donald still shows up a lot. Okay, I gotta like backtrack or something. This is a pain in the ass.
Whatever it takes.
Dad, good to see you. Alexander is quite impressive in many ways, but he has grown impatient. By me? I'm the next best thing. Alexander really wanted none other than Johann Weyer. You never heard of Johann Weyer? My God, boy, he's probably the greatest man in history, and you don't know him? Or is it the world who has forgotten him?
I already looked over here. Huh. Joe Grizzle. The fuck is that? Okay, so what movie? Wait, is that the way I just came in? was... Oh, okay, yeah, here's that fucking machine. Son of a bitch. Dude. Gotta be a way to smash that door open, right? I mean, those wooden door. If I throw the hammer at it, that'll work.
Was there something else? I was my pupil. My pupil. Yes, I do take pride in that fact. Is it so wrong?
Dude, what the fuck?
Was there something else? I found a Mithraeum once, one which had not been plundered. Do you know Mithraeum? I suppose it doesn't matter. It is an old thing.
Hey, I'm annoyed because, like, this fucking... It mentions something that's not there. Oh, I skipped ahead apparently. Okay. Look around the well and find the rope. Ah, oh, wait, no. Alright. Wait a second, what? What did I miss?
Building temples out of caverns. The dark walls being the universe, and inside are its followers. Humans watching the sky slowly turn.
fuck? So I did miss something.
I do get it. Not many orbs are left. They sometimes consume themselves. Or they're used by an uninitiated. I was lucky. So all my time, spared my life, and returned to where I found them. I know because Alexander took it. What you could find out. Vile is a brave man, and dared to proceed where I did not. He unearthed a number of cavern temples and gathered a whole collection of orbs. But, unlike every other finder since the fall of his labor, he was able to unshackle the horror you and I connected with the orbs. He used them and was able to travel far and wide around the world itself.
Here we go.
Me, powerful. Not the way I hoped.
Wait, maybe that machine works now.
To
Hold on. Okay, yeah, it did. It did make the machine work. Okay.
But now, I use all my strength merely to stay alive.
Man, they really like to make this game complicated, don't they? Yo, what's up, Donald? Finally made some progress. Game is very easy to get stuck.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
Ah, you get it. You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Alright, so which door should I go through?
My pupil, Johann Weyer, said he found a way to take me with him beyond the stars. But I was too afraid to come along. Silly. And now, all I can do is regret it. I supposed to withstand?
Like a podcast?
This one. Prepare him.
Haha, that is a good one. Have you seen my stapler? Got another note of some sort. Is it you, my love, I miss the most? Or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them. A demonic sultan perched on a dark mountain top. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Notes on torture. There are quite a few things to be said about torture. I had figured that the reaction I would get from the victims would be highly individual. Thankfully, this is not the case. The humans all have a very similar approach to dealing with physical pain and the terror of anticipation. I can't stress enough the importance of restraining the victims before proceeding. Even the most timid creature can break out in fits of violence where their strength exceeds their expected prowess. If proper care has been put into breaking the victim, this should not be a problem, but it will also hinder the effect I am after. The right steps to take are, therefore, to restrain while the victim is still dazed, proceed by presenting the form of torture you are about to apply, and then to continue with the actual act. The point of presentation is to infuse terror. The human mind is extremely efficient, as it will trigger itself into greater fear simply by imagining it. While applying pain, make sure to avoid massive damage as well, as it will prove more efficient if the process can be sustained. Also apply the pain in doses, if possible with breaks to let the body settle. If you are whipping or cutting the victim, strike once, wait for the pain to subdue, then strike again. As long as the body suffers, it will continue to produce the vitae and saturate the blood with its properties. Only with careful performance will the victim yield maximum effect. If the victim doesn't behave as expected, it is likely that all will be for naught. Before this happens, feed them the amnesia drink and try again later. Huh. Amnesia drink. If you see my stapler, it's a swing line. I'll just set the building on fire. Alright, so... good? Definitely good. It's like I'm hoping I can finish the game tonight. Just that I keep getting stuck, which has been the main problem. kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted, and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Oh, cool. What they, what did the update do? That's a piece of the orb. Oh, sweet. Like, they've updated No Man's Sky a ton too, and like they've, yeah, it's like there's a bunch of stuff they put in. I still gotta like figure out a lot of it though.
Cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man.
They didn't cut out a lot of stuff. They just
right?
like
He is one of the wicked.
weren't
Don't
able
pay
to
his lies any attention.
finish it.
I'm not a bad man.
Like Sony probably made them put the game out
Set
before it
a
was ready.
man on fire.
It did take them forever to make it.
Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Of course. We are dealing with monsters here.
No, please. I'll do anything. Whatever you want. Anything. I'll do anything. I'm innocent.
Yeah. No, I still liked it. Like, I thought that the price was unfair. Like, it was an indie game and they're charging $60 for it, but otherwise I really like No Man's Sky. Rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and would not move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. Ooh. Oh, that's messed up. Why do they have smiles on their faces? That's not right. Oh yeah, what is that? Raiden? I only know Raiden from Mortal Kombat. Well, and I know Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, of course. Alright, so I think I've... Oh, that's cool. Side scrolling, so there was one game I played like that called Sine Mora. It was on the Vita. Like, it had good graphics, but man, it was difficult as shit. Wait a sec. Okay, I missed something. Oh, vertical.
How are things coming? You seem to have found all the ore pieces used in the transfer. Go to the choir and find the rest.
I mean, the funny thing is, like, that's
I've
his
always
body, but his
required
voice
a
is coming
return
from this
and
thing.
give me a second chance. But so does Alexander. That's why he keeps me here, as a hostage, hoping Vaya will reveal himself.
This must be the choir he was talking about. Alright, let's see what this note says. Court, the Order of the Black Eagle, spew their politics at each other while I sit quietly in place, willfully forgotten. Once in a while, someone will notice me and lose themselves in a silent cower before regaining their senses. They all know I am the one and the same Alexander who helped their fathers and grandfathers to found this great order. I've seen them take their fathers' places, and they too will grow old and pass away. while I remain the same, aged not by time, but by anguish. I think it's good, like, it's like not my favorite horror game by any means, but it's definitely interesting. Like, the story is interesting, the atmosphere is good, and like some of the puzzles are cool, but some of them are just like so obtuse and difficult to figure out that you need a guide, like, unless you want to sit there like wandering around forever, which I never do. I had the same problem with Silent Hill, actually. Is like I try to figure out the stuff on my own, and it's like then I just end up wandering around looking at stuff like forever, and I end up getting stuck too. And it's just like that stuff is just frustrating for me, not fun. But hey, that's what Google's for, right? Yeah, no, I like the game. I just wish there was less of that type of thing, and wish the puzzles were like, you know, required some actual thinking rather than just like finding stuff and looking where you wouldn't think to look or things like that. But that's how games like that. I had the same problem with Resident Evil, the first one, because I got that one. They like remastered it for PS4. I got that, and I got stuck at one part, and like I just got annoyed, and I was like, fuck this. Like, it's like I'm gonna have to use a guide throughout the entire thing. But alright, I'm gonna read this now. Agrippa channels Wire. Wire taunts me from the other side. I trusted him with my true reason for my efforts, and he insists on me releasing Agrippa. Yeah, like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it educational, but like it's definitely like a horror game. It's just like not scary to me because there's not much that scares me for games anymore. But I can see why people got scared of it and liked it. But like people kind of raved about this game. I still don't see exactly why. I mean, unless the ending ends up being awesome. But yeah, like so far, like I mean, like I remember it being compared to Outlast. I like Outlast better, at least the first one. Even the second one too, actually. The second one, I just had a problem with the story, but the actual gameplay was wicked fun. It was wicked difficult too, though. Okay, alright, and still he insists on me releasing Agrippa. How an enlightened man can show such a lack of compassion and a seat of power disgusts me. I can't bring myself to part from Agrippa, as he is and has been for centuries my only link to the worlds beyond. Ware claims he tries his best to release me from my banishment, but that he needs me to give him Agrippa first so he too can help. If he can guarantee success, I would happily oblige, but how am I to part from him if my return might be denied? I know what they are capable of. I have seen their deception. Optimism is a most hopeless feeling, but I must retain it. I shall prepare for his release. To release Agrippa without killing him, Ware told me to feed him a tonic made from a paralyzer vitae and Tampter. The poisonous fungi should work as a paralyzer if I can find the internal gland from a large specimen. The choir seems to be a fertile grounds for this sort. I should then be able to extract its contents with the proper tools. The vitae could be extracted as usual from any agonized human victim's blood. I just need large amounts to distill it properly. Remember to collect this during the next torture session, which I actually already got the blood. And Tampter, on the other hand, will prove more difficult. I don't think it exists in this world. Simply writing the word with these letters looks wrong. I believe it's a property of the secretion in the water-dwelling Herc. I will have to address Wire with this, as he will have to supply me with a host. Also, a properly prepared well should suffice to contain it. And I found a well back the other way, so I think that problem might be solved. And I already have the blood, so basically just have to get back. Or wait, should I go to the choir first? Let me check. Okay, I guess I do go to the choir first. Alright. Yeah, me too. Like, I really loved, Alien Isolation as well. And man, that one was brutal. So brutal. Also, like, Soma is one of my, is probably my favorite, but it's actually mostly because of, story, not, the, like, scares or anything. Like, although it does have some good scares, and it's actually made by the same people who made this, but it's quite a big step over this game, I'd say. Like, graphically and just, like, overall, it's just a much better game, I think.
15th of August, 1839. The blood wards are failing. The shadow beckons, and its cry disarms my actions. Hurry, no time to spare. You have to kill another. Alexander produces a knife. He wants me to cut the flesh. Do it. Save yourself. He is a murderer, Daniel. He is evil. A cold-blooded killer. Hurry. Alexander, you must let me be. I have to concentrate. Pick the man, cut the lines, cut the flesh, watch the blood spill, let it come.
That's odd.
I didn't do anything. Pick the man, cut the lines. Pick the man, cut the lines. Leave the man cry. Now you see. I did one life for another. You hear me, guardian of the orb? I did all this for you. Now, once more, withdraw your shadow from my domain.
That was weird. 'Cause it sounded like Daniel was talking to Alexander, but it was both the same voice.
There isn't much time. I can feel it. We must act swiftly. I will do whatever it takes.
Oh yeah, yeah, thanks, about, you know, what you said about the podcast. It's like, I have trouble keeping up with the editing, which is why I put those both at the same time, but like, we're actually up to episode like 91. One thing I have been doing though, because like, I'm hopefully, at one point, I won't have to edit them anymore, I'll just upload the stream. But I have like been streaming the podcast, but I've been doing them unlisted, just in case they're not like usable. But I could always give you the link if you want to listen. It's just the quality will be definitely lower than the edited ones.
What are my intentions, Daniel? Salvation. It used to be yours, but now you only seek misplaced revenge. How do you justify your violence? Is it for the greater good? Are you doing the world a service? It is you who caused all this pain and death. if you had accepted your fate and submitted to the orb when you first discovered it, none of this would have happened. It is curiosity in league with your selfishness that is killing us both.
But yeah, like I can, yeah, I could send you a link, like, even while we're doing it, because we usually do it every Thursday. But, also I do have, like, I think, I'm not sure how many I have done that are just unlisted on my channel, but I could always, like, send you a message on Twitter or something with the links. At least until, like, I check them out to see if whether or not I can upload them directly. Just, like, on my channel as public. Okay. But, oh, okay, I think you're saying something else. Oh, Silent Hill. Did you play the first Silent Hill? 'Cause I actually played that not too long ago on the Vita. Because it's like, it's a PS1 game. It's like, there are some PS1 games that you can play on Vita. And, I played it. I liked it a lot. Like I said, like it did, like there were certain points where I had to look up a guide to figure out, because like the puzzles were especially hard to figure out because the graphics were so like primitive that you couldn't really see certain things in the environment that you needed. But I actually was thinking about this month streaming Silent Hill 2 finally. It's like I always heard that Silent Hill 2 was like one of the best horror games ever. And I played a little bit of it and then got stuck. like it's typical with the Silent Hill games. But yeah, no, I actually definitely would stream that. Possibly this month. It's also like, yeah, The Evil Within is so cool that it's coming out a week from Friday, but wait a second, okay. Yeah, for sure. definitely gotta be monsters in here.
The wheel is good for keeping your victims still during the procedure. They can be bound around the circumference or simply stretched across, tying limbs to the spokes and rim. All tools are by this point useful, and you may administer the torture in any way you like. But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die, you can smash their limbs with a hammer, making them fold in between the frame.
But they'll die. Too quickly, I mean.
No, don't worry. The human body is much more resilient. They can survive for days until they finally succumb.
Here, another one of those orb pieces. Duke Nukem. I always heard the recent one they made was terrible, but I always still like want to try it. I remember playing the demo for it on PS3. I thought it would seem cool. Like, I don't know why everyone said it was so bad, but I wonder if I can get it on PC. The murderer's limbs were tied to the spokes of the wheel. They turned the wheel slowly, but with intent, so the rope secured around his legs stretched and cracked the bone. He no longer had the strength to scream. The two men looked at each other knowingly and took a hammer and struck the victim's chest in a final act of mercy. Okay. Here it is. Speaking of bad games, actually a while ago I got, I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's like, if you look up any list of the worst games of all time, this will be on it. It's called Ride to Hell Retribution, and I got it on PC for the sole purpose of streaming it and seeing how bad it really is and making fun of it and stuff. From what I've seen of it, it does look terrible, so it'll be definitely pretty funny to try to stream it. Also, I could do the same for Duke Nukem, although I'm not so sure if that game will be so bad. Oh yeah. Oh shit, there's a monster over there. Coming towards me? It looks like he's going the other way. Here. break open. Was that a cow? What the hell? The trader did not know what to think of the brass bowl as he was forced to enter it. Only when the heat of fire began to scorch his skin and cook his flesh did he realize it was to be his doom. His screams of pain echoed inside the brass chamber and traveled through the complex instrument, which was the bull's head. Outside, the men could hear the brazen bull bellow. Yeah, speaking of Duke Nukem, I actually had, well, I still have it, but it's just not installed because my 64 gigabyte memory card corrupted. I had Duke Nukem, the Megaton edition on it, and I think Time to Kill was included. Like I started playing, what's it called? Like just the first, like first Duke Nukem or something. I forget the one it was called. I think the first level was like in LA or something. And I played a few levels, but then eventually I got like really stuck and I just could not find a way to progress forward. And that annoyed me. And I think that was back before I had my new phone, and like my old phone, looking stuff up on Google just sucked. So it's like anytime a game would need a guide or walkthrough to progress, I would just stop playing it instead of looking it up, because it was like, my old cell phone really sucked. It was slow to look up stuff. I mean, it wasn't even that old of a phone either. It's just like it was slow. The new phone's a lot better, so it's like really easy to look stuff up. So now I don't have as much of a problem with it. But I remember I used to, like, as far as like looking stuff up, as far as like game guides, I would just like not do it. All right, let me see. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna go back into that room. Where is that room? There it is. Good. Oh yeah, I'm glad it's working. The good thing is, like, because it's a gaming laptop, you'll be able to replace the graphics card. I think your CPU is future-proof. Like, it's an i7, right? So, like, you probably won't have to replace that anytime soon. Like, I'm still using an i3 from, like, I think 2012 it came out. And it, like, there are some games where I can only do 30 frames per second because it is a weak CPU, but, it still works. Like, I can't really think of any games that I, like, legitimately cannot play. As far as new stuff, like, worst is probably Forza Horizon 3 or Forza 6, and both of those I can at least play them at 30 FPS, so like not really that bad. Oh. Wait a second, so yeah, my i3 actually does have a lot of trouble with a lot of games, but it's still doing the job for the time being. Certain games I can't do 60, that's all. The graphics card though has been very good. Like there's a huge amount of games I can run in 4K actually. Most of them are older, but yeah, I like Nvidia. Although Shadowplay has definitely been driving me nuts lately with it. Like sometimes doesn't work or my streams get disconnected. But the graphics card can perform way better. Uh-oh. I hope you didn't see me. I think he saw me. I'm running. Okay, I lost. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's MSI, so I'm sure that like it'll do a good job cooling. Though, a good thing to do is like get one of those laptop cooling pads, or just prop it up on something so the air can get under it. But I have like in that laptop cooling pad because my laptop actually overheats if I don't put it on one. But like also like the can like use compressed air to like clean out some of the dust inside of the thing too, which definitely helps so that the fans don't get clogged up. Yeah, cool. Yeah, me too. I got 4 fans of mine. It also angles up, which is good, but I actually did that with my PS4 too. Like I took the thing apart and sprayed inside like where the heat sink is and all that. Yeah, well, you have to remove the warranty seals on the back of it, but I mean, I got my PS4 in 2013, so
You
it's
found
past
Fire's
warranty
recipe.
anyways.
Then there might still be a chance. Listen carefully. Alexander is working on opening a gate, a door to another realm. It's where he wants to go. If you could put your anger aside, let him open the portal before you take your revenge. Let me pass the gate, Daniel. Please, find the ingredients and prepare the tonic via the scribes. And do so before you assemble the orb. The barrier keeping you from the inner sanctum will only be breached for a short time. Unless everything is taken care of before mending the orb, you won't be able to save me.
Okay, so... also, you do need like a special screwdriver for to take apart the PS4. I got like a different kind of cooling fan. Like, I know the ones you mean. And well, actually, I have my PS4 sitting on a laptop cooling pad, but it's not actually plugged in. It's only so that I can sneak wires under the PS4. But I have like an actual. It's just like the type of fan that you would put in a computer, like a desktop case fan. And I have it sitting right behind where the PS4 blows out air, but it plugs into the USB, which is good. And also it has like 3 fan settings. It even has like an inline USB, so if you want to charge a controller, you can still do that. But yeah, I have that sitting like right behind where the PS4 blows out hot air to help it cool itself, and it definitely helps, because I remember like, especially over the summer when I was playing like Uncharted 4, the thing was screaming. Like, it gets so loud on certain games. Yeah, definitely. Like, it definitely does a better. Like, a lot of those intercooler things don't really work very well. Like, they don't do enough airflow. Like, the one I have is like tons of airflow because it's a pretty big fan. I think there are smaller fans you can get too, but yeah, like mine is like you know the hard drive cover, the glossy part that slides off. Well, right behind there, that's where all the hot air gets blown out, and my fan is like actually wider than that part. It's also so it stands up like a couple inches above the actual PS4, but I could have got a smaller one. I just didn't really care. No, it really helps. Like, it went from screaming to being quiet. Like, actually, I was playing Doom the other day because I got the platinum trophy for it. And like, while I was making like, I used the snap map thing to make a level. Well, I tried to, and then the thing corrupted, so I had to like start almost all the way at the beginning again, which really pissed me off because I worked so hard on it. But like, while I was doing that, man, the thing was screaming. But like, you put the fan on and it like all of a sudden quiets down. Well, yeah, I mean, any console will get hotter, like, after you use it. It also depends on the game. Some games, like, wait a second. Okay, I know what to do now.
Who are you to question me?
I see that all the orb pieces you need. I know I have no right to ask anything of you, But if you could find it in your heart to gather the ingredients for Vaya's tongue before attempting to mend the ore.
I'm gonna buy a PS4 Pro if mine ever breaks. I'll probably get a Nintendo Switch before I'll get a PS4 Pro. I mean, unless, like I said, mine breaks. But nah, yeah, like I definitely love to get a Switch because like I want to play Zelda. Also, Doom is gonna be on the Switch, and Wolfenstein 2. It's gonna be awesome. I guess the only bad thing about Doom going to the Switch is it's not gonna have the snap map mode, which is like really awesome. Like when I was building that level, I was like really impressed with all the stuff you could do in Doom for like making a metal, making a level. I mean, it's awesome. Like, and plus, like all the levels that people make online is basically an unlimited source of gameplay, pretty much. Like you could, like instead of just playing the campaign over and over again or the multiplayer, you could play that. Like, and man, like that's another reason why Doom is such a good game. Yeah, no, Doom is such a good game, and I want to stream it at some point as well, because I got the Platinum on PS4, but I also got it on PC, and it looks really good on PC. It also runs really, really good on PC too. Like I could put it at ultra settings in 1080p, and it doesn't drop frame rate at all. Like and it does look better than PS4. They did a great job on the PS4 version, but the PC version definitely looks better. It's pretty noticeable too, like the textures, reflections, particle effects. Like there's a bunch of stuff that's like really improved on PC. Shit. What? The hell? You play Doom 3? Oh, okay. I was gonna ask your opinion because I didn't like it nearly as much as the rest of them. It was kind of like more like of a game, which isn't really a bad thing.
I'm not sure what to do with you. I hold no grudge against you, Daniel. We are so very much the same, you and I. Did you really drink from the Amnesia mixture? It does explain so much of your behavior. You never did finish what you set out to do. You talked about redemption, how you would face the orb's shadow and save our work. And
Still have
I
all
will
my
grant
stuff.
you another chance to redeem yourself. You can wait here and stop the shadow. Thank you, friend.
Okay. Alright, here we go. Wait a sec. Shit. Oh, bitch. What am I supposed to do? Just that Metal Gear Survive thing. They're probably not gonna make more Metal Gear Solid just because Kojima's gone. So, and they probably shouldn't, because I mean he was Metal Gear Solid basically. I mean he wrecked it in, like wrote the story, everything. Yeah.
Get away! You shouldn't do that!
Sucks that they screwed Kojima over like that. Well, I'm not sure if like he would have kept making Metal Gear anyways, like because the series was kind of pretty much finished. But like, ah man, I really wanted to play Silent Hills. I still have the PT demo. Actually, yeah, I'll definitely replay the PT demo this month. Okay, last prisoner note. There's little left to say. I wrote solely to prevent myself from revisiting the memories of these last few days. If I am fortunate, I will fall asleep and time will pass without effort. I have begun to wean myself of my prison. Wean myself off my prison, I guess. When I first arrived, I felt like I was being buried inside a tomb, but now I feel the close walls comforting me. As long as I am in here, there is no pain. The walls protect me from the outside. I even laughed earlier as one of my wardens dropped the key down the pipes. It gave me hope for a second, thinking I could escape if only I could somehow reach it from there. In my dreams, Alexander, I am king. In my dreams, I bested you and escaped your clutches, and returned with all the knights of the realm carrying pistols and sabers in my dreams. Yeah, I'll definitely stream PT at some point this month. 'Cause, man, that's just like a demo, but it is cool. Ooh, what a... Although that one I'll have to find a guide to figure out how to do the end puzzle to get the that secret trailer. Why is it every horror game always has to show penis? Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's impressive he managed to make the Phantom Pain so good, like considering that they made him stop before he was finished with it, but at least they did kind of tie up the loose ends though by showing that video of mission whatever that got cut out. So what am I supposed to do now? That's why I'm so bummed out that they took Metal Gear Solid 4 off PlayStation Now. That I would like really love to stream the whole Metal Gear Solid series, but I can't because they did that. I won't be able to stream Metal Gear Solid 4, and to me, Metal Gear Solid 4 is actually my favorite one, and it ends the series basically. But like, yeah, no, it sucks because I could stream every one of them except that one. To me, that's the most epic one. second. I'm supposed to do something with the... Ocelot's you mean, what's his name? Hal's father? Huey? There's Ocelot is Ocelot. I didn't even know he had, well, I don't even know who his father is. I don't remember. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I couldn't believe Huey did that. It's like, man, I wish those capture card things weren't so expensive. It's like, man, for something that the PS4 and PC can do for free, it's like those capture card things are pricey. The problem is I would barely need to use it. Like, it would only be for like a couple PS3 and maybe Xbox 360 games. Yeah, it's one of my favorite series ever. What happened?
18th of August, 1839. Tonight, we will unlock the power of the orb and ultimately banish the shadow hunting me. I feel it closing in on me, and I fear for my life more than ever. Outside Olstad lies a small settlement where Zimmerman, a dairy farmer, lives with his wife and 3 children. We took the coach and went there. Our visit was unexpected, and Alexander was able to strike Zimmerman down without alerting the others. As he went to take care of the farmhands, I began to look for the children. We should have more than enough prisoners to finish the ritual now.
They were like kidnapping people to do these stupid rituals. Yeah, Otacon. There's anything I have to do with this well, though. Yeah. I've done it twice. Actually, yeah, the first time I played any of the Metal Gear games was 2014, and I played them all in a row. And then got, well, eventually, I got Ground Zeroes when it came out, but I like, because I hadn't finished the rest, I didn't want to play it right away. Because I don't want to spoil things. Yeah, no, I played that, and then before Metal Gear Solid 5 came out, I played them all again. Or did I do it after Metal Gear Solid 5? I can't quite remember. Either way, I've played all the games twice, and like I think 1 is the best on its own, but I just love 4. 4 had such like crazy moments in it. Such a good game. I don't know how anyone can complain about the cutscenes. To me, the cutscenes were why it was so awesome. But I think 5 is certainly the best in the series gameplay-wise. It's just like perfect. Like this, I mean, there's no better stealth game. Oh, nice. I have VR missions digitally, like through the PlayStation Classics or whatever. I've never actually played it though. Object. Oh, there we go. Alright, so now I gotta go help that guy, Agrippa.
I saw them lost. The castle trembled, and I could hear the chancel collapse. The laboratory might be accessible now. Quickly, office ahead! And then, whatever happens, get me through that gate.
How do I cut his head off? What the hell? Iron bar, maybe?
You're a good boy, Daniel, and I appreciate your company. But I believe you have more important things to take care of.
How do I cut his head off? Oh, it's all good. Ooh, alright. Damn it, I hate those when those things hit me like that. Oh, saw. Perfect. That's exactly what I need. Wait a sec. Oh, huh. I have Metro PCS and it actually works with T-Mobile, like the actual satellites, apparently.
You should hurry, Daniel. No time for sitting around.
Crazy, I'm cutting this guy's head off. Yeah. I'm okay with mine. Like it's like at least the mobile hotspot is good enough to where I can do remote play with PS4, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to get a smartphone to begin with. I actually waited a long time before I got one because I never thought I would need one. What? Oh yeah, 'cause you have like one of those like portable, I forget what they're called, like portable router things. How much does 50 gigabytes a month cost with that? T-Mobile 1? What's that? There's a monster there. That's crazy because I only have 8 gigabytes a month, and I'm paying 50. Like, it's unlimited everything else, but the data is 8 gigabytes. It used to only be 5. And like, you can get the unlimited plan for 60, but then it still limits your Wi-Fi hotspot to like 10 gigabytes, I think. Like, if I could get 50, man, that would be sweet. Yeah. I hope I could still use the same phone. Like, I don't want to have to get a new phone, but...
18th of August, 1839. I cannot believe what I have become. One of the girls escaped and I chased after her all the way upstairs. I hunted her down, and what is a life worth? How many lives can I take before I surrender my own? Sure, I would kill a murderer to save an innocent, but to kill an innocent to save myself? A cold-blooded murderer.
Oh, damn. I wonder if there's like a cheaper plan where it's like, if I pay like 50 or even 60 and get like 20 gigabytes, I'd be down. Yeah, I like the story so far too. It's interesting and really good atmosphere. Although the graphics are a little antiquated, or a lot antiquated, but. So, it looks like we're very near to the end of the game. Oh, so the barriers, it's not working as good as it was, but still probably can't go through there. Alright, let's see.
39. It's not fair. I'm not to blame. I've been manipulated by that demon. He played my guilty conscience and duped me into facing the shadow alone. That vile, conspiring man. He expects me to meet my death as he steals power beyond imagination? Alexander, I will kill you for what you have done. If only the shadow had caught me in London or Algeria, I wouldn't have to suffer this humiliation. You made me a murderer. A monster. And now, I merely await my death. I am too weak to press on. I can hardly stand as my knees fail me. I cannot see as my eyes are dressed in tears. I am as broken as the men I've tortured. If only I could wipe my fear away, as we did with them.
That's why he drank the Amnesia stuff. So I got 10 minutes left to finish this game. And I have to go to bed, so hopefully I can finish it. Maybe 15 minutes. What the fuck?
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some errands. Tell me, is everything nice and clear now? Am I the villain? Good and evil. Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable.
What are you talking about?
Are you
Oh,
so
there he
blind
is.
that you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa.
Is he naked? Oh, I see. What should I do? Shit. Hold on. Alright, so I'm gonna use Griffith's head when the portal opens. The Griffith said to put his head in. Not sure what's taking so long, though. What the hell? Okay, they're spinning, getting faster.
Do you see it? A whole other world. Isn't it beautiful? I can finally return home. But no, you fool! You have ruined us!
Disappeared.
There he is. Do you see him, Vaya? He deserves so much more. Please, help him. I know you can. Don't worry, Daniel. It will be all right.
thing? I wonder if I can... Oh yeah, I can, because there's more than one ending. Check out the other two before I go to bed finally.
I was wondering if you were going to show up. No, don't do that. I realize you doubt my intentions. Why would I take such extreme measures to save your life? Nate, stop it. You are ruining it. We are so close, I beg you. I'm just like you, Daniel. A prisoner of circumstance, trapped in a world I You killed us! You killed us both!
Well, I think the shadows can get us now. Please get me.
It was my greatest triumph, and I never looked back. You think I was afraid, fleeing Brennenburg? Huh. Quite the contrary. I knew it was my purgatory, hellfire made to wash away my sins. There's no denying the things I've done. But I have paid my tribute. I gave them that awful man. I did the right thing.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. There is one more ending too, the bad ending. Like, this is the first time this, but I just because I didn't want to be, you know, I wanted to actually be able to finish it tonight, so I didn't want to be wasting time like looking for solutions. And it does say that there are 3 endings. And the bad ending, you just do nothing and wait for the portal to open.
I was wondering if you were going to show up. I see Agrippa convinced you to run some
do what he wants to.
Tell me, is everything nice and clear now? Am I the villain? Good and evil. Such comforting concepts, but hardly applicable. Are you so blind that you see no good in me or evil in Agrippa?
The funny thing is I looked online to see how long this game is. It said 8 hours. It really wasn't even close to that for me. It's only like 6. I suppose if I like really got stuck on the puzzles, it would have taken longer though. Wait, actually, no. I mean 5. 5. It was only 5 hours, like just over 5 hours for me. Oh yeah, no, I was just saying, like, it's weird, like when like the websites, like the one I go to is How Long to Beat. I think that's the main one to tell you how long a game is. Usually, it says the game is way shorter than it actually is, but then sometimes it'll be the opposite, and this is one of those times. Like, it says 8 hours on there, but it really only took me 5.5 at most.
Do you see it?
If I add up the length of the streams.
Isn't it beautiful? I can finally return home. But I'm sorry, you are still tainted.
So he's going to be able to go home, and I'm going to get killed by the shadow.
Please, let me go.
Thank you, my friend.
I do that with some
Your
games.
sacrifice won't be forgotten. You will be celebrated forever.
Huh. Interesting. But that's the final ending. Like, some games, like, I go for the platinum trophy, but, like, that's usually the only time I try to, like, fully complete stuff for... And that's usually only for games I really like. Speaking of which, I'm curious about the trophies for this game, because I did get, like, a couple gold trophies for finishing it and stuff. Oh, see, this, damn. Yeah, there's some pretty brutal trophies in this game. Well, because it combines all three as well, which is part of it, but also, like, there's some find all tinderboxes, read all notes in all games. Like, man, that'd take a lot of effort. I wouldn't do that for this game, like, but, no, it's cool. Like, huh. Well, that's cool, this commentary. But I guess it seems like you can't switch to the other games once you already load up this one, but I'm not going to play them tonight anyways. But yeah, there's two other games. Like, one is Justine. I don't know if that's actually a full game. But then the other one is Machine for Pigs, which is like a full sequel. But like, I don't know how related it is, but I heard it wasn't as good as this one. But it was made by the people who made Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. That game on PS4 that it was a free game. It like came out. It was a pretty cool game. It had some kind of crazy story. Also, it was based in like 80s England, and you walk around the town like finding stuff, and it also had really good graphics. So that was a cool game. So I'm somewhat interested, but yeah, I'm gonna have to sign off so I can go to bed. But yeah, thanks for watching, man. I'll send you a link tomorrow or something for the podcast, because we are supposed to do one tomorrow. But yeah, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching.